and chewy on some hot. Like I told Tish, I see when I.
Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to the Roast Session Central. I'm the Nigerian Nemesis, and in today's video, we're going to be rocking a Mortar bait deck that baits out the Log, Zap, and basically every single spell in the deck because we do have the Minion Horde, Skeleton Army, Bats, and the Princess, and then we can finish off towers with the Rocket at the end of the game. So this deck right here is definitely the future of the Mortar. But before I do get into the deck, I do want to start off with our usual question of the day coming from Sebi, and he asked me, what is my favorite game outside of Clash Royale and Clash of Clans? An easy answer, my favorite game to play is Call of Duty. I've been a big Call of Duty player basically my whole life. I'm still pretty good at the game, even though I haven't played competitively for the last couple of years, and maybe even in the future. I do want to become a Twitch streamer on Call of Duty while doing a Clash Royale channel on YouTube at the same time. But in the comment section down below, go ahead and let me know what is your favorite game to play outside of Clash Royale and Clash of Clans, and we can talk about that. But let's go ahead and focus in here on the first battle using this Mortar bait deck. So the concept is actually pretty simple. You want to try to get your Mortar down and get some shots off onto the tower, and then play defense with the Mortar and finish them off by getting rocket value on their tower. So it is actually a very strong deck. It does take a little bit of skill to use because if you do misplay at all, you could end up getting punished very badly. But now we do have to deal with this Ice Wizard. That's going to take down our Bats, unfortunately, and I'm still kind of waiting to see what kind of deck he is running. There he goes with a Dark Prince on the opposite lane. So let's go ahead and get down our Ice Golem to defend and distract against it, and then we actually should probably get our Princess down in addition to help out with the Dark Prince, and then move on and take down the Mega Minion as well. So Dark Prince will not get any shots off onto our tower, which is very good. And now we are setting up for a counterattack with the Mortar deck. I really usually don't play siege decks, but this one right here is actually very strong. As you can see, our Mortar is already locked onto the tower, and as soon as that Ice Wizard has locked onto our Mortar, now our Minion Horde can go down and do some serious work against that Minion Horde moving in. He will play that Dark Prince to distract. Let's get a Miner over to the tower and hopefully save some of those minions, but they ended up going all the way across the map. The Bats doing a great job right there distracting the Mega Minion, and we managed to get so many shots off into the tower, and due to the Miner, we were also able to distract the tower and get some shots off with our Bats. So just like that, we have this tower down to 714, which is within 2 rocket range, so everything is looking very good. And since he does have a Log, let's play a Princess at the bridge so we can at least get some damage off, and let's get a Rocket down on top of his Elixir Collector and on top of his Crown Tower. So that was a very poor placement. I see the idea. He was trying to keep it away from the other tower, so he didn't get some damage on that one, but playing it there is a Rocket opportunity as well. Let's get another Mortar down right here at the bridge. He's going to play a Golem there on the right-hand side, so it is a Golem deck. Luckily for us, we didn't allow him to pump up since we were playing very aggressive Rockets. Let's get an Ice Golem down right here in front of the Dark Prince and clean it up with the Bats, just to make sure that our Mortar has enough time to take down that tower once and for all. Princess going down here on the right-hand side to help us play defense up against that Golem. Now our Skeleton Army is doing work. That Log is coming in. I don't think it's going to make it. It will not make it all the way to our Princess. He's going to drop a Lightning down there, but I'm not really too worried about it. We have the Minion Horde, so Lightning decks are not that big of an issue for us. His Golem will get absolutely shredded by the Minion Horde, and now we have another Princess on the map. He's going to have to choose which one he wants to log, but at this point in time, there is no way he's going to get another Golem to our tower, so everything is looking pretty good. He's going to drop down another Elixir Collector, so let's go ahead and drop off that Rocket. That's the key thing. You don't want to let decks build up Elixir advantages on you. That's just the way it is with any deck, basically. But especially with this deck, we have the Miner and we have the Rocket. Both really great cards at countering the Miner. So just like that, we will win the first battle of the day. Let's go ahead and hop into another battle. You guys are already seeing the strength of this Miner bait deck. Mortar bait deck, I mean. But it does have the Miner in it. Hopping into the second battle up against Stan from Nova Team, actually. So he is a very, very good player for sure. We will see what kind of deck he is running. He's got a Goblin Barrel coming in there. So Bats going down to counter the barrel, and we're going to get an Ice Golem down just to force him to react. Since the Crown Tower will be able to take down our Bats, he has a Princess. So let's get down our Princess right here in the center to attack his Princess and hopefully take her out and then move on to do some damage onto the right-hand tower. But other than that, I still don't really know what kind of deck he is running. It probably is just a regular Knight, Goblin Barrel, Princess bait deck. But we have the better bait deck with the Mortar, at least in my opinion. At least we will find out before the end of this game. We've got our Mortar ready, but since he does have that Knight coming on the left-hand side, I will be playing a defensive Miner here, which you don't really see too often, but I have to be sure and find out what he's running for sure. So here we go. The Bats are going to do a great job at countering those Goblins, and now we can finally create a counterattack with the Mortar, which should lock on to that Princess. So Mortar will shoot one time, but he does have a rocket which will counter our Mortar. That's actually a -2 elixir trade, but I see why he did it, because we had the bats, we had the miner, all those things clumped up on our Mortar. So now that he does know we have the Mortar, it might be a little bit difficult, but we will figure this out. I'm not really too upset with a rocket onto our Mortar every single time. So now we have the Ice Golem going down. Miner is on the tower as well. He will play the Knight there on the right-hand side, but that Knight's going to take a little bit of time to take down our Miner. And as a matter of fact, the Ice Golem will create some space and slow down the Crown Tower and the Knight from doing too much damage to our Miner. And we got so much chip damage off onto that tower, dropping him down to 1678. He's got so many troops coming in here. Let's get a skeleton army on the left and a minion horde on the right just to continue to counter him very nicely. And right now we are doing a great job, but that princess is doing so much work. So we will get down a princess of our own on the middle, but he will log it. So a very good log there, taking down our princess and forcing us to have to respond to this princess once again. I think I'm going to go with an Ice Golem instead. So Ice Golem going down right here at the bridge, because I don't want to send my miner, and I want to save the miner for some damage onto the tower. And other than that, we just have to avoid giving him rocket value. And with a deck like this, it's not really that hard. There's not much value you can get outside of rocketing our Mortar. And unless we play a Mortar literally right next to our tower, that rocket is going to be useless, and he's going to have to keep on dropping in naked rockets. Skeleton army going down once again to counter that goblin barrel. He's throwing it short, he's throwing it deep. He's trying to mix up the location, but with a skeleton army, we do a great job. He actually logged the Skarmy when he didn't really need to. He could have saved it and let his princess do the damage. Let's get a miner over to the right-hand tower. Unfortunately, he will be playing that goblin gang, but let's see if this rocket hits anything nice. It will not. We will just get a naked rocket damage onto the tower. Let's get down a defensive princess. It looks like that's going to be a deep barrel, actually, but I did play the Skarmy just a little bit too close to the front. Our princess is going to snipe down his left princess, and it's just a princess v princess battle at this point in time. We had two down on the map at the same time, as well as he did, and now the bats are going to do some damage up against that goblin barrel, and he's going to have to be forced to choose right now. We've got a princess on the right hand side, miner on the right side, and that minion horde was left over and did so much damage, and now the bats are all over that tower. But all we're going to need is one more rocket, and bam, that's going to be the end of the game. So this deck is actually very strong. That was a super strong miner or Knight bait deck from a very strong player from the Nova team, but we were able to defeat him with the Mortar bait deck. So this might be the future of the game, since the Mortar did receive a buff in the last update as well. So let's hop into one more final game and see if we can have a clean sheet with the Mortar deck. We've got a pretty decent starting hand here with the princess, Mortar, miner, and rocket. So we have to try and get as much rocket value as we can, if we can, because so far we have not had the opportunity to do so. So now our princess is working her way up the left hand side of the map. He's going to drop off a battle ram. We've got the minion horde. The battle ram is so much slower now that it's been nerfed in the last update, so I'm not too worried about it. He will poison up ahead just to make sure our minion horde doesn't do too much damage. But now we've got that Mortar locked onto the left hand tower, so things are looking pretty good here. Let's get a skeleton army down to stop those goblins. He's going to play a bandit. The Skarmy should do a great job of stopping her as well, so we're getting tons of value out of that skeleton army. And now we have the Ice Golem to distract the bandit just a little bit longer and give our Mortar a chance to get 2 more shots off onto the tower. So that Mortar had such a great lifespan, dropping his tower down to 1394. So things are looking very, very good for us. I've got my princess in hand ready for action, so let's drop the princess off in the back. And since he did drop off that Night Witch, we can actually get some rocket value for the first time on the day, taking down his Night Witch and doing so much damage to his tower. Princess will now clean up those bats. He does have an Executioner though, which I would have rather gotten valued on, just because the Executioner is so good against decks like ours, since we are running a bait deck. But all you have to do is distract the Executioner with either the miner or the Ice Golem or even the Mortar, and then play the minion horde or skeleton army behind him. So check this out. We're going to play the minion horde right here on top of the Executioner, and he will not get a swing off. Ice Golem going down to distract the P.E.K.K.A. Otherwise, that would have gotten 1 or maybe even 2 swings off onto our tower, and that would have been very, very bad for us. But other than that, we actually play that defense perfectly. So just make sure you distract the Executioner before you do anything dumb. Otherwise, he will get some extra value outside of your Skarmy and on top of your minion horde as well. But here we go. We are almost approaching double elixir time. Let's get a miner in the back and see if we can... Oh, man, he's going to play the bandit at the bridge right on top of our princess. So very unfortunate for us. I was trying to see if I could get him to play a Night Witch or an Executioner on top of his tower so we can get even more lightning value out of the way. But here we go. We're going to get our minion horde down along with the bats, just to make sure that battle ram does not get to our tower. And it really won't, even with the poison. The poison does do some damage, but the minion horde is so strong, it will kill it fast enough each and every single time. So now we have the miner all locked onto the tower once again. We've got our rocket ready. I'm going to play it a little bit lower, hoping to catch an Executioner, but no Executioner comes out. He didn't fall for that trick, but now the Princess is trying her best to clean up some of this mess. All we need now is a Zap or a Miner onto the tower, and we should be good. He's going to send in a very, very juicy log. Bats going down right here. They might die to that poison, actually, and the Princess goes down, but we were able to stop that P.E.K.K.A. once again. So let's get a Miner onto the inside of the crown tower right here, and boom, that's going to be the end of that tower. We've got a Princess going down for defense, and with 8 seconds left, let's get a defensive Mortar down as well. I think he's going to be done here. No way he can get there with a P.E.K.K.A., but a very strong deck at the end of the day. Either way, it was a P.E.K.K.A. Battle Ramp beatdown deck. So we beat the Golem deck, P.E.K.K.A. deck, and the Knight Bait deck. So as you guys can see, this is actually a very, very strong deck. Very good combination if you know how to play the deck. And out of all the cards, I think a lot of people do have the Miner and the Princess, so most people can't try it out. But here's the deck for you guys one more time with the Mortar, Miner, Princess, Rocket, Bats, Ice Golem, Skeleton Army, and the Minion Horde. So if you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead and smash that like button and hit that subscribe button for some more future daily Clash Royale content. And I hope you guys go on and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace!